Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, I will tell you about the cp command in the Linux and Unix systems that can be used to create copies of files and directories people. So that's the purpose of this presentation. Alright. Now, I will also mention here people that I have used the cp command many times in the real-time projects whenever I needed to make changes in configuration files, in system configuration files. Before I make such changes, I used to use the cp command to create backup copy of the system configuration file that I am going to update with the changes. Alright people, let me start with the demonstration for the cp command. I will first place myself in the correct directory and verify the same. Now, let me get a long listing for the contents of this particular directory people. I should find a lot of files and directories that I created earlier. Now I find that there is a file with the name demo file1 that is a text file that I created earlier in a previous presentation. Alright people, now what I want to do is I want to create a copy of this file demo file1 and the target file should be getting a name of demo file2. Let me now run the cp command for this purpose people that I defined. Cp is the command. Now I am going to mention the source file as the first argument. Okay, demo file1 is the source file for which I want to create a copy. Now the target file should be the name of the file that should be created as a copy of this source file. Now I am going to create the target file, the copy in the current directory itself. So I'll say demo file2. So for this demonstration, I am specifying demo file2 as the name of the target file. Alright people, with this command, I'll be able to create demo file2 file as a copy of the file with the name demo file1. So when I run this command, the file with the name demo file2 will be created as a copy of the file demo file1. Now let me proceed people. I'll run the command and I will find that the cp command worked quite quietly. I'll say sorry it was working quietly and I just got the command prompt. So what has now happened is the cp command has already created the file with the name demo file2 as a copy of the file demo file1. So we can verify that people. We can now verify that with the help of the ls-l command. Yeah, now we can notice that in the output of the ls-l this command, I can find demo file2 that has been created as a copy of demo file1. Now to verify, I can just read the content of this file demo file2. Okay, I run the command and I got the result like this people. Or if I want to see the content page by page because the file is having more than one page of content, I can use the more command, more demo file2. And now for the second page, which is the last page in this file, I can use space bar. I'll get the next page and that's the last page and the command terminated. Now please remember people, earlier when I was running the command, the cp command, like this, if I use the up arrow key, I can get the previous command from the history people, from the history of the commands that is maintained here in this shell. I can get the previous command. Now this is the command that I have used to create the file with the name demo file2 as a copy of the file demo file1. Please remember that when I use the cp command with this syntax, what will happen is the cp command works in a non-interactive mode by default, meaning that the cp command will not check if the target file is already existing or not. And in this scenario, when I was creating in this demonstration scenario, people, when I was creating the file demo file 2 as a copy of demo file 1 with this command, the target file demo file 2 was not existing already. So it is no problem. However, what if the target file demo file 2 was already existing with some contents? Then what will happen is the previous contents of the file target file demo file 2 would have been lost, because the cp command will just proceed to create the target file as a copy of the source file when I use this syntax. That is the potential risk that I will face, people, if I use this syntax. Now let me demonstrate. So the file demo file 2 is already existing now. Please have a careful look at the output of this command, people. The long listing for the current directory. Demo file 2 is already existing file with some text contents, and the file 2 is a existing file which is a blank file or a empty file. We can notice that, people, the size of this file with the name file 2 is 0 bytes. Now what will happen if I do this, people? cp file 2 demo file 2. What will happen now if I do this? I will lose the existing contents in the target file with the name demo file 2, and demo file 2 will just become a copy of the source file 2, source file with the name file 2. So I will lose the previous contents of demo file 2, and demo file 2, since it will become a copy of the source file 2, the target file demo file 2 will also become a 0 byte file if I run this command, people. Let's check. And that is because the cp command works in a non-interactive mode by default. It will not check if the target file is already existing or not. It will simply overwrite the target file if the target file is already existing. Let's check, people. I have run the command. The cp command has worked in the non-interactive mode, which is by default, and it has created the file with the name demo file 2 as a copy of the source file 2. Now to verify, we can use this command, people, ls-l. We can notice that the file with the name demo file 2 is now of size 0 bytes. It has no contents, because with the previous command, with the previous cp command, I have created demo file 2 as a copy of file 2. Due to that reason, demo file 2 is a 0 byte file now. We can verify that by reading the file demo file 2 with the help of the cat command, and I get nothing in the output because the file with the name demo file 2 is a empty file. Now how can we proceed carefully, people, in this kind of scenario? Okay, now we can ask the cp command to work in the interactive mode and ask the user for a confirmation if the target file is already existing. The cp command should switch to a interactive mode and ask the user for a confirmation before overwriting the target file. Now that is what I am going to demonstrate now, people. Now I will run this command, the cp command, along with a very useful option, the I option. The source file now, the source file is going to be demo file 1, which is a existing text file of size 131 bytes, and the target file is demo file 2. And please remember, people, the target file with the name demo file 2 is now already existing file. So with the use of the I option, the cp command will work in a interactive mode if the target file is already existing. Now even with the use of the I option, what will happen is this, people. The cp command will check if the target file is already existing or not. If the target file does not exist already, the cp command will continue to work in the non-interactive mode and create the target file as a copy of the source file. However, with the I option, the cp command, when it finds the target file is already existing, the cp command will switch to interactive mode and also ask the user for a confirmation to overwrite the target file. So the user will get a second chance to decide. So now let me run the command, people. I'll press the enter key. Now you can notice that I am getting a confirmation question from the cp command. The cp command is asking me for a confirmation whether I want to overwrite the target file demo file 2. I have the possibilities like this, people, to answer. For this confirmation question, I can respond with a lowercase y for yes or a lowercase n for no. Okay, so now if I respond with the y, what will happen is the overwrite will happen and the target file demo file 2 will be created as a copy of demo file 1. However, if I do not want to proceed with the overwriting of the file target, if I do not want to proceed with the overwriting of the target file demo file 2, I could respond with a n, people, and the cp command will not proceed with the copy. Okay, so that is the advantage of the I option. So I will highly recommend this, people. Whenever you are using the cp command, please follow a good practice of using the I option of the cp command. Alright, people, now I will respond with a y here because I want to proceed with the overwriting of the target file demo file 2. Okay, let me do this. And now to verify, I can use this command, people, ls-l, and we can notice that, okay, we can even do this demo file 1, demo file 2, so that we can list only for these two files, right? Right, now demo file 2 has been created as a copy of demo file 1 with the help of this command, and I responded with a y to proceed with the overwrite when the cp command asked me for a confirmation to overwrite the existing target file demo file 2. Alright, people, so that's the very useful option, the I option of the cp command. And to verify that the file demo file 2 has been successfully created as a copy of demo file 1, we can also use the more command to read the content of this file with the name demo file 2. Yeah, it is created exactly as a copy of demo file 1. Alright, people, and now I'll also demonstrate the cp command for other purposes, people, like copying multiple files into a directory and also creating copy of a directory. So let me now start with the first one. Sometimes what we want to do is, people, we want to create, we want to copy some existing files into a directory. That is, we want to create copies of some existing files in a different directory. Like, for example, let me now use this command, people, ls-l, to get a long listing for the current directory. Now I can notice that in my present working directory, there is a subdirectory with the name dir1. Now what I want to do is, I want to create copies of the files config.txt and the file with the name democat.txt. These two files with the names config.txt and democat.txt. For these two files, I want to create copies in the subdirectory with the name dir1. Let's now do that, people. Now I will use the I option so that the cp command will ask me for a confirmation question if the if the source file is already found with the same name in the directory into which I am trying to create a copy for this source file. Now the source files are like this: config.txt, democat.txt. Now please remember this, people. Whenever I specify multiple file names, that is multiple files, in the form of source files, the target must be a directory. So in the cp command, when I specify multiple source files, the target must be a directory. In this example, that is in this demonstration, I am specifying the target directory with the name dir1. So I am going to create copies of these two files with the names config.txt and democat.txt that are available in my current directory. I will create the copies for these files in the subdirectory with the name dir1. Let's do that, people. I'll run the command. And since the files config.txt and democat.txt do not exist already in the dir1 directory, I do not get a confirmation question. Okay. Now let's verify, people, that the previous command worked successfully and the copies of these two files are created there in the directory dir1. Let's verify ls-l dir1. Now I am going to get the long listing for the immediate contents inside the directory dir1. Got it, people? Now we can notice that these two files are available there, config.txt and democat.txt. The source files, the source files will also be available in the current directory, people. Okay, because I only created copies of these files in the subdirectory with the name dir1. Let's verify that the source files are still available in my present working directory. Yeah, now we can notice, people, in my present working directory, config.txt is available, democat.txt is available. Alright, people, then how to create a copy of a directory with the help of the cp command? Let's try that, people. So please notice this, people. dir1 is an existing directory. It has some contents like this. Now I do not have the directory with the name dir3 in my present working directory. Let me now say I have a requirement where I need to create the subdirectory with the name dir3 as a copy of the directory dir1 or dir1 that I already have in my present working directory. Now for that, let me try this command, people. Let me now try the command cp dir1, the source directory, the target directory with the name dir3. Will this work? Let's check. It will not work, people. Okay. The reason is, when I need to create a copy of a directory, the entire directory hierarchy has to be copied. So for this reason, we need to use the R option, the recursive option of the cp command. So let me demonstrate that, people. So the previous command that I have executed, it has failed because the source is a directory. When I need to create copy of a directory, I must use the R option of the cp command. Let me do that now. cp-r dir1 dir3. Now the R option of the cp command, I'm sorry, people, the R option of the cp command, it stands for the recursive option. What it will do is, it will ask the cp command to create dir3 as an exact copy of dir1. That is, the entire directory hierarchy for dir1 will be copied, and then the target directory is with the name dir3 that will be created. So that's the purpose of this command, people. Now the directory, the target directory with the name dir3 that does not exist already will be created as an exact copy of dir1. The contents of the dir3 directory will be exactly the same like the contents of the directory dir1. Let's verify, people. I've done that, and now let's proceed to check that ls-l t dir1 dir3. Let me check if these two directories are existing now in my present working directory. Yeah, and I hope you remember, people, the use of the D option is for this purpose, because we want to get the long listing only for these two directories dir1 and dir3, not for their contents. Okay, all right, people. Now if I want to verify further, I can do this ls-l dir1. Look at the content of the directory dir1. I see the content of the directory dir1. Now let me also look at the content of the directory dir3. The directory with the name dir3 will have the same contents like the directory dir1. After this copy command has been executed successfully, people, here, this copy command has, this cp command. This cp command has successfully created the directory with the name dir3 as a copy of the directory with the name dir1. All right, people. So that is what I wanted to demonstrate with the this is what I wanted to demonstrate about the cp command regarding creation of a directory as a copy of a existing directory. All right, people. With that, I will conclude this presentation. Please subscribe to this channel and also share this channel if you find that this channel is useful to you in learning about Linux and related topics. Thank you.